what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the B3 podcast. I'm your host, Brett. I got Matt GPT and Tanner the Head here. We have our show partners, Elite Nutrition. Check them out at EliteNutritionOmaha.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off. Go to the store in Omaha or Lincoln, yell B3.
Get a free shaker.
We also have Rosewood Block to make the best cutting boards and barbecue, fully customizable. Check them out at rosewoodblock.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off there also. And last but the best, the real Midwest Mecca, Omaha Barbell. It's a motley crew of all kinds of people. So come on out. It's like the old "Come on over to Adventureland" song, but Omaha Barbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna have a grand old time. Is that what it is?
I think so. Unless one of the rides breaks down and you die or get scalped or something, you hear about some of those rides sometimes. But other than that, I think it's probably fine.
Fair.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we were over at Adventureland, and we were on one of the roller coasters, and the
wooden one, the Outlaw.
the one that I don't know, it had loops or whatever in it.
Ooh.
And me and my sister were sitting next to each other, and the little thing that keeps you in.
Oh, yeah, the little harness thing.
Yeah, it came up, and I grabbed it and slammed it down, and then I was holding it. And then when we got done, me and my sister was like, well, we can't tell mom or we can't go into anything else. So we didn't tell anybody.
When Amber and I went on our honeymoon, like they would snap it down and it would be tied on me and not touching her.
Yeah.
So she was always very nervous about the safety bar not being close to her.
Yeah.
I was always nervous when they closed and you just get one click.
Yes.
It's like, and I'm like, ooh.
What's your favorite roller coaster at like Worlds of Fun?
You know, I've never been to Worlds of Fun.
You've never. I love the Independence one, the one where you like your feet dangle. What's that called? Patriot.
Okay.
I love the ones where your feet, like you're sitting
Yep.
in there and your feet are dangling. I think those are awesome.
Have you ever been to Disney World and done Soarin'?
Yeah.
Have you been there? It's like you're hang gliding across the country and like they put different smells in the air. Like you over Africa and it smells like elephant shit and you're like.
Oh, cool.
But so you've done it before?
Yeah.
When you're coming up like through the Grand Canyon, do you move your feet because you think your feet are gonna fucking hit?
I always. It doesn't matter what I'm on. We're going around a turn and there's like a thing. I'm always
Right, you've done it. I hit my head.
I've ridden Soarin' a couple times and both times I was like, oh, move your feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never been to World's Fun. But the rock and roller coaster at Disney World, the Aerosmith one,
Okay.
where you go
That
from
one's
like
pretty fun.
0 to 100 and they fucking barrel roll you, and that one's pretty fun.
Yep. We were
So-
there and they had the Velocicoaster,
Oh,
which was brand new. It had only been open for a couple weeks. That one was pretty fucking sweet.
yeah.
I took my son and he was probably, I don't know, 8 or 10. Took him on the Tower of Terror.
So awesome.
He was freak. And my rule was like, if I'm going on a ride, you're going on a ride. Right? Like I'm not sitting this one out because you're being a baby. Like if you're tall enough to go, we're going. And we got done, and he's freaked out the entire time. And then like it's up and down all over the place. I said, "Okay, I think we're done." And it falls again, and like he got off, and he was like not doing well. We had to take a little walk.
We went and
I kind of felt bad for a minute, but I mean, when you go there with kids, and like.
You can't let them ruin the fun.
No, like we paid a lot of money to get in here. You're tall enough to go on. You're going on. I don't know what to tell you.
But
really
my niece, when she was younger, she went, not Lydia, the one that comes in here, her younger sister. She went on it and had a good time. And we get back in line for it again. And then we like get close to getting on and she like starts getting like nervous about going. And I was like, you've already been on here.
Yeah, you've already done it.
And we do is drop it out. And she was like, I'm pretty sure I had a turd touch cotton and then go back in. But that was like one of Amber and I's favorite rides is the Tower of Terror.
So Trey, we were also on the Mamba in Kansas City at Worlds of Fun. And the things he's on there and he's nervous, and it starts climbing up. He's like, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready." I'm like, "Well,
Oh, too late.
a little late, bud."
Everest is also fun. Did you ride Everest? It's the Wild Kingdom Park or whatever. And it's where like the Yeti breaks the track, so it goes and it stops and they stall you there for a different amount of time, and then you go backwards.
Yeah.
Oh.
But another one crosses you at one point. You know what I mean? It'll go the other direction. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool one. There's a bunch of hair ties up there. It's very gross and strange. Where you get paused. Yeah, there's like hair ties up there, like an absorbent amount of hair ties.
Like people just take them off and shoot them at the ride and like they get stuck.
They just like sit up there. Yeah, I don't know why. It's very strange and gross at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Yeti's hair ties.
Maybe.
Maybe. When we were at the Universal last, we were going to go on the rock and roller coaster, I think. We kept calling it the Red Rocket, but it got stuck 3 times while we were watching. And it's like, because you have that big ramp up to get to the top before it dumps. The first time it got stuck and everyone's just like vertical going forward. and then it got stuck about the same spot the second time. But the third time, it got stuck with the majority of it over the edge. So you have like half of the people are just staring straight down. Well, it's just stuck there.
That's not a good feeling
Nope.
because everything starts like rushing forward, like all your blood's rushing
Yep.
forward.
I'm just waiting for someone in the back to puke and just like cascade all the way down on everyone.
Did you see that ride that I think it was in Saudi Arabia that like the arm snapped off?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like no one died.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that the one where like the people like were in the carts and they just fell like straight down?
It was like the arm of like
It's a
one
big
of those like,
pendulum.
yeah, like
Oh.
a big
Yeah.
round like who if that thing was going over, I don't know what but some of those go all the way over.
Yeah. I think that one does.
I have no idea, but it went up and the arms just snapped and then
Yeah,
it just fell to the
and fell
ground.
down. When I saw it happen, I just imagined everyone's legs pinned under it, just being smashed and crushed.
Yeah, I don't think either there were some people injured, but I don't think anyone died.
That fucking carny over there just hammering cigarettes like, I forgot to check that bolt.
Nope.
My bad.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. What am I going to do now? I've always been a carny. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. You and I talked about it a little bit. This fucking 3% thing pisses me off for credit cards. We talked about this the other day.
Oh, okay, let's talk about it.
And I don't need your you can pay the other way fucking thing.
No, I'm like no. We're going to talk about it. You can't pay the other way.
You can, but not everyone wants to pay ACH.
So it's here to me. This is just one of those things to where I think we're mad at the wrong people. Like you shouldn't be mad at the business for charging you 3%. You should be mad at the credit card companies for fucking us for 3% of everything all the time.
But here's the thing, though, too, is it's not even 3%. It's like 2.6. So they're charging you another almost 0.5%.
Okay. Well, I mean, everyone has different rates. It's still garbage.
But it's just that how many people that don't do it? Like I said, if you're going to do it, just build it into the price. Raise everything. Like I made a couple orders this week. I ordered some shaker cups and they charged me 3%. I ordered some stuff from Elite Fitness. They did not charge me 3%. And the one from Elite Fitness was more expensive.
Well,
the 3% was
okay. So I have a question.
That's what I'm saying. If you build it in, I feel way better about that. Because then I don't feel
but
like
you
you're
don't have the option. So you had the option to save 3% by doing ACH, which is pretty easy. So, but you didn't have the option. Like Elite Fitness, they just added 3%. It's in their cost somewhere. I mean, they're controlling it.
Like I don't charge 3%.
100, they paid either.
100%. You have it figured in your cost of doing business when you're figuring out what you need to charge.
I've
100%.
never one time taken credit card fees into it.
It's not in your cost of goods sold.
I don't ever even think about it. To me, it's just a part of doing business.
Well, when you get books, when you get the charge from your bank that says this, you have to book it somewhere.
Oh, I know that I'm paying them.
So it's booked in cost of goods sold typically. So it's part of your cost.
No, I know that it's in. I mean, I know physically seeing it that it's in there, but I don't ever adjust my prices for a 3% credit card fee. It's part of doing business. To me.
Which is part of your cost.
I know.
Which is
But I would just
part of
rather.
why you
I'm not
charge
gonna, what I'm
someone.
saying is I'm not passing it on because I appreciate people doing business with me. Like if I would have went to that guy and been like, hey man, I'm not going to pay this like fucking fee, so you can either have the sale or not. Are you going to throw away an $800 sale for $24?
Maybe.
I'm just saying I have no problem with businesses.
Do you have a 3% fee that you charge openly on your ticket?
No.
Does it see?
But I book it in my cost of goods sold.
And I said, I think that's a better approach because you feel like you're like, people won't pay attention to it as much if you just put it in. When you blatantly come out to me and be like, oh, if you want to use a card, because here's the other thing too is I've never done business with these people before. Why would I give them my banking information? If they fuck me and rob me on my credit card will cover that insurance. Why would I give them my checking account number?
ACH, don't debit cards go through as ACH? Right? 'Cause,
I
like,
mean,
debit card-
everything's hackable.
I get that. But if your personal stuff gets robbed, it's way more of a pain in the ass if your credit card gets robbed.
Sure.
I mean,
And
think
I've
of
never done business. I know you've done business with them before, but that doesn't mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All I'm saying is that credit card, if I pay you $100
I know we've talked about this. The fee,
and then you pay your mower $100 and he pays his barber $100 and he pays.
it's not the same $100. I know. I understand.
It's the same $100 throughout the
But
entire
I
time.
bet they wouldn't let me send them $800 in cash either.
I'm just saying it's the same $100 no matter how many times it passes. Credit card 3%. I give you $100. It's now 97. You pay someone else. It's now 94. Like by the end of the day, the credit card companies have taken all the fucking money and put in their fucking bank accounts just for our convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, I understand
but-
their business model. I'm just saying.
And they're super scammy. That's why they've been on like in front of Congress all the time.
Well, yeah.
And not only are they taking 3% for the transaction, they're also charging you 12 to 24% in interest, and they charge extra. So if you use, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you use your rewards card, I actually pay more because I have to pay for your rewards as a business owner.
Well, and then they charge you the whatever 10-cent fee per.
Yeah, but if you use a rewards card, the business that takes the card gets an extra fee, a lot of times added on to it for that charge to help pay for your rewards.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that it was like an incentive for them to use the cards because they're just banking on, in general, in whole.
Yeah,
people
but like
are going to pay
so
interest.
On rewards cards. There's a lot of credit card companies. They have a little like plus whatever transaction for rewards cards.
So if I get like 1% cash back or something like
I don't pay the full 1%,
Yeah.
but I
you pay
yes,
something more than zero
yes.
for it. Interesting. I get Brett's point, right? So, but I think it's more of just like a preference, a business model preference, right? You can either, like the 3%'s there, regardless, and so then it's just, do you prefer places to build it in, or do you prefer them to line item it? Because either way, the 3% gets paid.
I would just rather have it built in.
Right. So I think, but I think it's like that's fine. That's this is legit preference. Is just. Hey,
I just think
rather
because
built
that's
in.
because how many places do you go? Like, if you go out to Village Point here in Omaha and you go to Shields, you go to these other places and you buy stuff. None of them are when you go to pay, they're like, oh, hold on, I got to redo your ticket. There's a 3% charge on there because you're using a card.
Okay.
And you're not wrong. We're on the same page.
The average business makes between 10 and 15% net profit at the end of the year. That's an average business. 10 to 15%.
They're still going to make it. All I'm saying is build it
No.
into your price.
Oh, well, but you said you don't even like, but it is something that has to be built in. That's 3%. That's a chunk of your profit. Like, I'm just saying, I just think you're pissed off the wrong people. I think credit card companies are scams.
But they've been scamming for millions of years, and people have only just recently started doing this 3% in front of you.
The only reason that they are doing it, that you're noticing it now, is because it was illegal to do in Nebraska before.
It was legal or illegal?
Illegal to add a surcharge, but
So you don't have to add the surcharge.
but
just
the
build it into
state
your
of
price.
Nebraska wanted to add the surcharges to the DMV and to their fees, which they all do. If you run your plates or do whatever, you pay the extra credit card fee right on their website. They wanted to do that.
Oh no, I think that sucks too. Yeah, that they do it.
But so that's why they weren't doing it before, is because it was illegal.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when that
it's
changed.
like something. It seems equivalent to like the restaurant tax, right? Like you could just build that in, right? A business model could just be like include that in your taxes and fees or whatever on the bottom there, but everyone line items it.
Well,
To
well,
show- 'cause, I mean, they're
you
just
line
trying to
item
show.
it so you know, as a business owner, what
Yeah.
you owe.
Yeah, you do, but I mean, to me, I don't care what you owe. I just want to know what my bottom.
Yeah,
cost
it's
is.
just it's part of.
But if you
point of
put that
sale.
on there and you're like, hey, your food or whatever you're buying, like
Well, and they're doing it at the
food.
restaurants now. You've seen that, right? Where they bring your ticket out and they're like, well, if you pay cash, we'll knock the 3%
Yeah.
off.
So, but it's saying your food is 5% more expensive because, or whatever the actual percentage is.
12.
It's 5% more because the food and restaurant tax is 2 and some change, and the credit card fee is 3%. So I think it's just them showing, hey, here's what that cost is, right?
Because in the other way, like if you look at like special, like local, like I said, like a Shields or a restaurant here in Omaha, if you go and you just move all your prices up 3%, you're getting that money on the cash and on the card. So what the fuck? You're making more money on that deal then, instead of building it in just for the cards.
Some people, so 3% on $100 is $3, right? There are a lot of business people who are like, I don't really want to charge everybody this. I just want to cover my costs on it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of charging everybody this, or I'm like, I can't raise prices anymore. I've already had to raise prices for gas or for ingredients or for utilities or for internet or for whatever the fuck. I just can't raise it anymore. So I just need my costs covered on this. I'm not trying to make money on it. I just want my costs covered. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think just put it in there, and then you probably won't irritate people as much. Because I've heard, I mean, with clients of mine, a lot of them are like,
I carry cash, and if someone gives me 3% off, I take it off. Or I pay with cash. Actually, it was really funny before the whole like no tax on tips thing or whatever. If I liked you, I tipped you in cash. If you kind of pissed me off and I'm still going to tip you because I'm still going to tip you, then I put it on the card because then you have to claim it.
yeah. Yeah, it's just, and it just like, because I said, I got the one transaction, I did 2 transactions in like 2 days basically, and one, you know, and like when we went to dinner with Dave that day, he was talking about, you just build it in. Like, you know, it's like, oh, free shipping. Right. Well, it's not free shipping. But see, that's just, I look at free shipping the same way. Like Dave said, it's built in. They've already figured the price of shipping into the price. But everybody is still like, oh my God, it's free shipping. I'm going to do it.
Well, my price, we ship a lot of stuff and we don't adjust prices based on shipping. I mean, if you spend over $50, we ship it for free.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times where
that's what I'm saying. I think it's just like something being $99 versus $100, right? That's the old school, like it's $99.99. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, at least it's not $100. I'm not going to pay $100 for that. Right. I think if you just hide it into it.
Yeah.
Some people just don't want to do that.
I think it's just a business model.
I think it's a poor one. This is my whole point. I think it's a poor business model. The way you do it, the way I do it, well, I don't fucking put it in there. Like it's just built in.
I just think that credit card companies are scams.
Well, they run a business. It's no different than you selling an RTD protein shake and a powder. The RTD is convenient, so it's usually $3 more a serving.
Yeah.
It's no different.
It is different. I believe it's different because I don't think it costs anywhere near that amount of motherfucking
but
amount
like you
of
said,
money.
no one's forcing you to use a credit card.
You could just stop using a credit card.
I use a lot of cash.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing too: is a lot of people are like, oh, you can't go to fucking any of the arenas and use cash now. They're all fucking cashless.
But that's why I think like debit cards.
That's because they want to control. Here's the thing: they also want to control your spending at some point in time. That's why everything's being digitized. Like there was a point in time where Visa, that was reporting any gun purchase you use with a Visa. Like they were reporting them. Like they're like digitizing your payment, digitizing everything is not great for your privacy either.
Well, yeah,
and they sell your data, so they're making money again.
Well, but so is Cox. They're selling your
they
data
suck too.
Well, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I just think for the average person when they see that, I'm just saying for the average consumer, if you just put it in, no one's gonna fucking say a word about it because they're just gonna be like, oh.
I mean,
I'm just saying you have the opportunity to save $24. If there was $24 on the ground, you wouldn't walk by it.
But like I just said, I don't know them. How do I?
Is it?
You still wouldn't walk by it.
Maybe.
But like what I was saying though, but I haven't
Is it
done
all ones or is it like a 20?
One's wanted up.
Oh.
But I
You're
haven't
probably
done,
picking them up and sniffing them.
like I said, I haven't done business with them. So let's just say they fucking clear my account out. Did I really save $24?
Okay.
So if you use like but the debit card has protections.
No, I mean
it does have protections, but it still sucks because your bank account is empty until you get it figured out.
I would never put any, like I would never in a million years put a debit card on the internet anywhere. Like because taking money, I mean, you do have a valid point. Putting money back in your account is way more difficult than challenging a credit card dispute.
Yes, a credit card dispute. You just text them and they're like, "Hey, I didn't buy this." And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, the debit card, man, if they clear your fucking account out, it is like,
yeah.
Especially like the worst part is then if they clear it out and like your house payment's coming out tomorrow and your car payment comes out the next day and your utility bill, all of a sudden it's just like fucking, and I know a lot of banks have gone away from like overdraft charges, but otherwise it's like charge, like, or you look like a scumbag because like OPVD's like, you didn't pay your fucking electric bill, bro. Like, so, but that's, yeah, my thing is just wrap that shit up in there. So
I'd be fine if they did. That'd also be fine if they included the 20% tip in there and just made everything cost like that. And then if you could tip,
I'd be completely fine if it just got paid regular hours. I didn't have to tip it, or regular dollars, and I didn't have to tip anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I was thinking is crazy is like, who gets tipped? You know what I mean? Like
they generally split it.
Have you
right?
never?
No. I mean, just like jobs that get tipped.
If
Like
you go,
I don't get tipped.
yeah.
I'll tip you.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, how do you determine, like obviously, like Amber's in like the, like skincare, like the beauty field, like cosmetology, aesthetics, you know, all those guys, they all get tipped.
So it's weird though. Like, so tipping is weird. So, and Amber, don't get mad at me. I always feel it's weird to tip the owner of the business because I feel like it should already be in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're the owner. This isn't an employee.
Yeah, but just because someone's an owner, they could have shitty service.
I know, but like, I always feel like, why are you tipping the owner? Does that make sense? Like I wouldn't tip the owner of like a restaurant, like for coming in. You tip the server.
Yeah, but the owner is not serving you. Like Amber is actually the person doing the work.
I know, but like, I guess what I'm like, I already figure all of the cost is already built in there. Like, there's no employees.
And that's the thing too.
I do, but I always.
And that's the thing is like Amber's not like standing there looking at you until you tip her. She has clients who haven't tipped her and don't. You know what I mean?
Like, so I don't know.
But my big thing
Like
is
if you were running your own massage, like if I was like, hey, come get Matt's massage, like
Yeah,
I'm
like if
the
you-
person, like my price should be like if I charge you $50,
Yeah,
it should be like
like-
50 plus tip.
Yeah. So,
But,
like,
but
I
I said
always
she's not requiring a tip, and then with the tip, then also you're not gonna be like, if they tip you, you're not gonna be like, because now you do it through Square or whatever. You're not gonna be like, oh no, here, let me. Cancel
No,
this
I mean, I
transaction.
would.
You know what I mean? Like,
I would definitely never. But like, your Starbucks person doesn't need tipped. If I order pizza for takeout, I'm not tipping you. Now, if I order pizza from if I order takeout from like a bar or like a restaurant or something, I tip them because I know there's stuff they have to like.
I always tip the delivery person because I don't want to shit in my food next time.
Right, but like, there are certain people I'm not like. I went and picked up pizza. Like, I walk in and you just put it in a box. Like, there's no tip.
No.
Like, I'm not tipping you. Like, you're already getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's, I don't know, the list, the number of jobs, obviously restaurant servers, bartenders, bussers, hostess, casino dealers, blah, blah, blah.
But
Can-
but why aren't trainers? You know what I mean? It's just like
Can
weird.
get, well, they qualify considered tipped occupations. So the federal tipped minimum wage is $2.13 an hour. So they can get paid that plus whatever they get on tips. But it'd be better just to pay them the higher hourly wage, whatever that 20% of the stuff would equate to, just like pay them that. And then if someone does a good job, you're like, hey, you did a great job. You can give them a tip as a reward.
Well, here's the thing. If they ever went to that, I would never do it. Like, if they're adding 20% to my, like 20% to everything, I'm probably never tipping again.
No, you're probably not. But then,
But like, if you go to the UK, like, and I haven't been there, but I had friends that were there. Like, if you're an American, they like, you're a bar, they like really take care of you because they know you're going to tip them and no one else does.
yeah, but it's not part of the culture. Like, it's just built in. But it's also like, if you would normally tip $10-20 US side for whatever that meal was, and you give them like $3 or $4, like, that's cool. Because it's like, oh, you're more, because they're already getting like a living wage doing that.
But I mean, on the same token, I go to like Jamaica on an all-inclusive resort. I take money to tip the people that are working
Why?
because I feel like they're doing the work and they're probably getting underpaid.
Yeah, I mean, same thing like you're doing like the bussers right now. But what if they were getting paid, if they're getting paid like a normal wage or something?
I just think that they're in a third world country for a reason.
Fair, but I mean,
how many all-inclusive resorts are in the United States?
There's one in the Florida Keys.
Not inexpensive though. I mean, there's very
yeah.
few because
Right.
I mean there is a
you
reason
can't afford it here.
you can't afford it.
Yeah, I guess I just
so
don't-
I tip an all-inclusive resort. I tip the people working.
What do you think the tip started like with that? Like back in the day, like the barber gave me a good haircut, and I don't want him to make me look like an idiot next time, so I gave him a little extra, grease the
don't know.
palms a little bit, so I don't get.
Tip culture actually
It's kind of gotten out of hand.
it has gotten out of hand and it annoys me.
Like I said, I don't have a problem like when I get my haircut tipping, and they're like when Amber does something. I mean, she's all up in somebody's vag or waxing their eyebrows, or you know what I mean, like performing a service that's very up close and personal. Sure, tip it. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know where even like bartenders, you always tip them because you just want faster service, but they're not doing anything by turning around, grabbing me a beer and like turning back around. I mean, I'm not shitting on bartenders, but it's not like real laborious. Like you didn't have to go like outside, chunk the ice out, bring it back in.
But
like,
but like for the bartender, like to Matt's point, like they are not if they're not paid. Like
yes,
if
if they're getting the two waiters pay or
yeah,
whatever.
then like I get it.
But see, now is all that going to change with the no tax on tips? Are they going to have to pay them a living wage now?
No. So if you make under
it's tipped under a certain level.
if you make under 120 or 100,000 or $125,000 a year, you can deduct up to $25,000 in tips.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To your point, the tipping really hit with the Fair Labor Standards Act in 1938 when the federal minimum wage was established, but tip workers were excluded from its protection.
Ladies of the evening, if you will. Mm-hmm. You got to keep the brothels fucking going back
But
then.
it actually started like tipping was around back in like the mid 1800s, according to GPT-5.
So I think tipping versus like that percentage of it, tipping is a choice based on how well someone does.
Outside of the tipped occupations.
Well, yeah.
Like I look at it, like if you go to a restaurant, it's your food plus 20% is the cost.
But if you really look at that, if like a waiter's working like 4 tables,
Right. If they're
and everybody gives them a $5 let's say they give them it's a $50 bill, they give them a 10% tip on each table. I mean, he's made another like $20 or $15 that hour. So he's making, but then everybody expects like a 20% tip.
right.
It really pisses me off when you go and like you have a party of 8 or 6.
Oh,
or
and it's
whatever,
automatically figured
and
in.
they put like 18%. And I'm like, well, you saved me money, but I'm not. If you decided that was your tip, then that's your tip.
So, and like another thing, like holidays, like Amber and I usually get together with some friends for Christmas Eve, and usually wherever we go, we kind of take turns paying each year or whatever, and that person probably gets like a 50% tip. But it's like Christmas, you know what I mean? We like they usually do really good, and then
Yeah, it's actually one of those things to where I hate it because it's the people that feel entitled to it, or like when you see the self checkouts. Like if they showed a self checkout at the airport that asked if you wanted to add tip. I just did the work.
is it going to kick money out to me?
Well, like why don't I get a discount if I self check out at Walmart? Why don't I get 5% off?
Yeah.
Because I just saved you a cashier.
I like when like anymore like people don't ask about tip or anything. They just they have the little thing like, oh, it's going to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you wants to know if I want to give you
And then a
tip.
survey.
No. Boop.
Hey, do a survey. This really shows my performance.
I just
I'm
hate
probably not going
I
to.
guess the reason tip culture irritates me is because people feel entitled to it, and then that's what irritates.
Right. It's expanded well beyond the tipped occupations. Like everything that was standardly, like so if everyone's getting paid $7 whatever it is plus, and then the tipped occupations are getting the $2, like that gap is supposed to be made up from tips. So like, all right, cool. Like I understand that that's part of the cost of business, but then you have every single occupation out there, like fast food places, little restaurant, and no, like you're just working here. Why are you
Do you want me to tell you one thing that really pisses me off? And I have
just one?
I mean,
It's the only one we're talking about today. It's the only one we're talking
You
about
get one
today.
too.
I get one. All right, let me choose carefully. The one thing that really pisses me off is the roundup for a charity. And here's why it pisses me off: is these fucking companies take our money that we rounded up, so it's none of their money,
And donate and say, we donated this amount of money.
they get a fucking tax break. So it comes off, so they don't have to count it as income because it was rounded up, and then they get to turn around and donate to a charity, which I think is fine. But then they get the tax break off our money. It's like you fucked me probably at Hy-Vee.
But they would all be getting the tax break on what was donated, so it really doesn't. They're really not getting a tax break, right? Because it's only the money that was donated.
But they get to claim it as their donation.
Yeah, but I'm saying they weren't going to pay tax on it anyway, so it's not really affecting their tax at all.
No. So okay, so they make $10 million
In donations.
Hy-Vee does it all the time, constantly. There's a reason why these companies do it. It's not because they're charitable. If they were charitable, they donate their own fucking money, but they're not. So we round up, we give them money, and then they take $1 million off their tax bill as a charitable donation to a 501c3. And I checked it out, and yes, that's what happens. I think it's a complete crock.
Why do you think they're all not charitable?
If they were charitable, they donate their own money. They're donating our money.
What if they match what you're doing?
They're donating our money for a tax break. It's a crock of shit. I don't think they should be able to.
There's only a few places I round up anyway.
I don't round up anywhere. It's like 1 penny. Would you like to
My
round
height
up? No.
and my penis length.
I round up. I round up for kind of like conservation at Cabela's. That's like one of the only places I do it at. I know Matt didn't because I watched him today.
You're right. I went, nope. Boop.
I don't no. No. They're just doing it for a tax break.
I just hear a lot of hate in your heart for
Yeah.
underprivileged.
Nope, I donate myself.
You donate yourself.
I
like
donate-
your body, like your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's not
donate
getting
my
anybody
own
any money.
I donate my own money to a charity. Like that is actually a donation.
Is it the Tanner Andrews Fund?
No. We donate.
Who do you think is a good charitable cause?
Me.
I'm just asking you, like, legitimately, because there's a lot of ones out there that are pretty scammy.
So there's a lot of scammy ones. Most charities are a crock of shit because all their money is like tied up in their like
Promoting.
overhead and promotion and their CEO and everything else and all the stuff they have to do and their actual money that goes to charities are crap. I guess. Yeah. I mean, there are some good ones. I had donated to the Boys and Girls Club before. Local stuff normally, national stuff I don't trust. I won't donate to the Red Cross.
I find donating my time to be more,
Yeah.
like for me, that's a bigger cost. Like it's a bigger donation for me to give my time to help something.
Or like a local food pantry or stuff that you know it's going directly there, that they're not out there with a CEO making a lot of money trying to raise up.
Yeah. The amount of overhead for that a lot of these charities have to cover and like the actual dollars that make it to
You can go
people you
on
can-
Chat GPT and say which charities
like
spend
United
what.
Way,
Yeah.
Susan G. Komen, like they're
Yeah, they're spending a lot of money
like 60, 70 cents on the dollar just stays in
For
house
overhead.
to promote stuff. Yeah.
for overhead.
right. I'm like, you guys should be a little more efficient, I think.
Yeah.
Is that like when some of these businesses out here operate under a church and they're not?
Scammy too.
Churches in general.
Well, no, these people are not even churches in general. They're not churches at all, but they operate under a church, 501(c). I know a few of those.
They operate under a 501(c) or they are
Well, a church, it's a
operate under
nonprofit, which church
Yeah.
is a 501.
How do they what's an example of one that like operates under
Well, he's
a
probably
church
not going to
that
call
is
him out unless he really wants to.
Yeah, I'm not going to call them out, but I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they just say it's a meeting of similar like-minded beliefs. I don't know if that's how they do it, but I know of a couple.
I mean,
that do it,
Ron L. Hubbard said the best way to get rich is start a church,
and he did it,
and he did it, and he got loaded.
and then died. Well, no, they're waiting for him to come back. They lay his clothes out every day.
He's coming back.
They
Yeah.
lay his clothes out every day. But yeah, so there's some businesses that do that. And I mean, I'm a fucking ordained minister, and I'm not even doing that. And I'm a lord.
I mean, in all honesty, I think
Minister
all
Lord? Huh? Reverend Lord or
Lord Reverend is what it
Lord
says. Yeah,
Reverend, okay.
I do have my lordship, and Amber has her lady status. So does Tanner and
lord.
Nicole.
yeah.
Because we don't want to hang out with peasants, Matt.
Yeah, peasant. Here's the thing. I think taxation is theft,
We know.
just in general. I think we are overtaxed and underdelivered constantly. However, what pisses me off even more is all the so only 50-ish% of Americans pay federal income tax. You could double check me on that. It's around there. It might be a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the year, but only 50% pay federal income
We're
tax.
talking about 50% of all the population are eligible.
50% of all the population,
So
or the
50%
eligible
of-
population. Sorry.
50% of eligible taxpayers pay 95% of the tax.
Yeah, because I saw on one of the news shows it was like tax day, and they were like out on the streets doing like, remember how Jay Leno used to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, tax day? What are you talking about? And I was like, good.
Well, they don't pay it, or they get back more than they paid in. Okay,
Yes.
so they may pay federal tax. They may have federal tax come out of their check, but then at the refund at the end of the year, they're either getting it all back or they're getting more back. So only 50% of us are participating in the federal tax income, anyways. And those of us like in this like middle level, like we make enough money to get taxed, and we don't make enough money to fuck the government. Okay, but the people who are like at the top level, like they make enough money to get taxed, but also fuck the government, so they don't have to pay. Like they know the loopholes. They know they have the attorneys. They know what how to write off their freaking boat or their yacht or whatever. We don't know how to. We don't have
write
the
your
money to
yacht
do
off?
that. Huh? No, my yacht is not written off. I don't know how to do
You
that.
want to hear even more? So this was the stuff that I.
But
Oh, go
before I
ahead.
get too crazy, but the top like 2% of earners pay like 60% of all the taxes anyways. Huh?
Close. Said you're close.
How?
The top 10% of earners pay between 60 and 70% of all federal taxes.
But everybody said they should they're not paying their fair share.
So
the
to
top
me,
1% pay 40 to 50% of all federal income tax. Now that's just income tax.
yeah. So I don't want to. This isn't like an eat the rich thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's when our tax code is 5,000 pages long, there's too many freaking loopholes and too much bullshit in there, where we could just go with a flat tax and make it so we all know what we're paying and we just pay a flat tax.
Yeah. I mean, but that just goes to show when people are like, oh, the top whatever aren't paying their fair share.
Well, there's a confusion, I think, between income tax and wealth, like, or actual like income and wealth. Like Elon Musk has a shit ton of wealth. Probably actually, well, I'm sure he has a ton of cash. But
But like we talked, his value is not a liquid value.
But he also wrote I think a $6 billion IRS check a couple years ago.
yeah, when he sold off a bunch of his, he was
Yeah.
at that point in time, he is the largest single taxpayer ever.
Yes. So this isn't eat the rich thing. It's the taxation system is fucked.
Yeah.
There's too many people who get like too many lobbyists and all this stuff who get tax breaks, or they like give you a tax break so then you donate to their campaign. Like that happens a lot. They move our tax money, tax break, and then they just move it around to a campaign donation so they get it right back. Like there's too much of that shit.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you make a gain, there's people who are going to be great at it.
Right. So I just feel like if everyone paid 12% and we just paid 12% federal income tax flat, we're done, then we're all even. Or 10% or 8%. I don't know, cut 2/3 of the government and then pay 1%. I don't really care. Government's a waste of money anyways.
yeah, well, it's like I told you before, and that's going to change. The government's like living in the Matrix, so none of it makes sense, and it never will.
We were taking in some tariff money.
Well, that does help. So, but my whole thing was the 3% bothers me.
Yeah, the way that they line item it out rather than just fuck it, include it in the cost.
Yeah.
And I just think he gave you an opportunity to save $24.
Yes, but like I told you, I don't know that. When we first opened, we offered ACH and credit card. Not one person wanted to do ACH.
That's
I'll
fine.
do ACH.
We don't offer anymore.
Oh,
I said when we first opened.
hey, I was here.
Do I get 3%? Can I get 3% off?
Yeah,
I don't charge 3%.
I know.
Yeah, you can.
I never ever
Can I
when I
get
do anything
3% off,
think
though?
about credit card fees ever when I change any of my pricing. I try to make it an affordable place for people to come. Have you seen my drink prices? They're like the best fucking prices in town.
Yeah, you shot them through the roof lately.
A $3 Monster is cheaper than probably almost everywhere you're going to go.
They're $3.29
Where?
at the Cubbies by my house.
So they're more
29 cents cheaper here.
yeah,
Yeah, or if you buy two, they're only $2.50 a piece. And our Core Powers, $4. Anybody out there want a Core Power? $4.
somewhere.
Stop
So
by.
you know, like all these monsters and everything, they always have like a 2 for this price, or a buy
That
one
has
get one,
jumped a lot.
or a 3 for something. I saw somewhere that was like a 6 for this price. I was like, Jesus. Like I still did it because it was a good price. It was under $2 a pop. So
I just think that with a 3%, that business owners are that's all on the business owner.
however they want to operate their
Yeah, if they want to eat the cost, like I said, I don't figure. I just guess eat the cost because I don't care. I'm just like whatever, man. I'm just here to provide a great place
when you
for
say
people.
you eat the cost, like that actually makes me irritated with you because you should not ignore any costs when you're figuring out your price. All costs should be figured out. It's 3%. It's 3% of all your revenue because almost everything here is done on a credit card. So 3% of whatever is a chunk of money. 3%, I don't know, of $100,000 is $3,000. Like that's enough money to pay attention to.
But what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Raise the price, and then they go somewhere else.
I won't.
But you get what I'm saying?
I'm just saying it should not, for anyone listening, I would just not ignore 3%.
I
Like
understand.
if my cost on something went up 3%, I can't ignore it. Like 3% should not, because there's just not a lot of money at the end of the day in a small business. Like that's a chunk. Like that's a chunk of profit.
No, I
It's
understand.
right off your profit.
Yeah, no, I understand, but it's just a part of doing business.
Yeah. Which to me always gets figured in. Everything to do business gets figured in.
Yeah, but if you're looking at
has
like a subscription-based business,
Yeah.
you can't just raise the price. You know what I mean? You can't constantly raise the price, or there's a ceiling somewhere in there.
There is. And that's why I think some people, they can't raise anymore
Yeah.
So they just like, here's your opportunity. You can either save the 3% or I'm charging you. You know what I mean? Like that, I think that's where some people are at. Like they don't want to raise prices. So I don't think they're being dicks. I just think they're like, I don't want to raise your price. I'm capped out. Like I have to have this 3%. If you don't want to pay it, here's your option. If you do want to pay it, here's your option.
Yeah.
But I don't want to keep raising prices because I can't anymore. So I think a lot of times that's what the business is at.
And I understand, like I said, I just would rather not see it. Like, man, I just put it in there. Just put it in there.
I didn't even look at it.
Well, the reason I looked at it is because he sent me the bill, and I was like, I'm going to use my card. And he was like, oh, it's 3% more.
Motherfucker. Gunbroker does that too. Sons of a
No, because I look around until I find one that says no credit card fees, and that's the ones I buy from. Because a lot of times the gun is cheaper or the same price, and there's no credit card fee.
Oh, snap.
So that's my qualm for the day, but it is what it is. Again,
Fair enough.
I don't own a credit card company, so I can't just put out my own cards and be like, we're not going to charge a fee.
Credit card companies are scams.
But here's the thing is, none of us want a big government or appreciate any of it. But the government would like to get rid of cash because they can't track cash, right? We all
Right.
know that. So, again, we don't like big government, but wouldn't it be better off for the government to come out and say, credit cards cannot charge more than, like, let's say 1%? Because they got to make a cut. Whatever, man. They're taking liability.
Sounds
right?
like regulation.
Well,
I get that. But if you want to corner people into not using it, well, now you're putting them in that spot where it's like, well, they're going to charge me 3%, so I'll just use fucking cash.
well,
And then it makes it more
hopefully where they
untraceable.
get to is that XRP, because XRP was actually opened
It's
up.
not going to go to...
you mean
right?
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin's really not set up to do it. XRP is. XRP got approved in the UAE and Saudi Arabia to transfer money back and forth now. Like they're doing transactions. Amazon was in XRP.
Well, that's
like,
a prime example. You can buy shit with that, and there's no fees at all.
that's what I'm saying. So that's where hopefully it's going to go. And
But
it
that's
doesn't-
that's because it's new. You give it some time, someone's going to want to make some money off that
Well,
deal.
they make money when you cash out. I mean, like if like whatever, like if you're on Ethereum or wherever like that, you're going to pay a fee to do things.
Oh, speaking of that, your one guy gave up on the landfill. They
Yeah,
said
I know.
after 10 years, he gave up on looking for his Bitcoin drive.
$950 million throwaway.
But
Sucks. Dude.
so, but yeah, I said I don't like the government. But I mean, for them, it would be intelligent to go in and say credit card companies can't charge more than 1% for transactions.
Yeah, but credit cards wouldn't let them get away with it. They're
I is
Oh,
it-
I know, but you get what I'm saying, though.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you want to force people out of cash, you got to make it affordable to do it the other way.
Well, the thing is, speaking of lobbyists, you know who's against flat tax? Intuit. They put millions of dollars against flat taxes because they won't do they won't do taxes anymore. Right? So like all these things are just tied by money. It's just to me, I think it's better, from my opinion, instead of making a law, because I don't need the government having to track another goddamn thing, is just put it out there so everyone knows. Like I think it's actually is better. Just here's your 3% fee. This is what the credit card companies charge. That would actually make more people use cash.
Cost transparency.
Yeah, if it was always transparent and everyone, like if everyone had to just charge their credit card
Like, had
fee,
to show it on
had
there.
to have it separated, and you could take it off for cash, you would get more people using cash. We don't need the government involved. They'll fuck it up somehow.
Well, yeah.
True. They would.
I can't think of one thing the government does well.
Waste money.
Okay, got it. They do a bad thing well.
Exactly. They do it real well. They're the fucking best at it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys got anything else? Any other gripes?
I think I got to poop.
Oh, so he does have something else.
You groundhogging it? Prairie dogging it?
Prairie dogging it.
No, it's just a little grumble. It's just working its way.
All right, guys. Well, you get out there and get angry about those credit card fees. Maybe we can start a movement.
Yeah, pay cash.
All right, guys. We appreciate you listening. We'll see you next time.